Have you ever seen one of those shows where there's this big hot fire, like oven or something like that, and this dude in a black apron and big thick gloves is like taking a sword or a knife or something made of metal and like putting it in the fire, bringing it out, hammering it out, shaping it. I always watch Game of Thrones, and that was cool because they made swords on that, and they were doing that all the time. And those fires though are known to be particularly hot. They have to be. They have to be super hot because they have to be hot enough to bend or to make metal soften enough so you can bend it. Steel, essentially. Steel's a very hard metal, and you have to heat that up in order to bring it out and shape it the way you want, the strongest way it can possibly be. And it helps also strengthen the actual metal and help the metal become more solid, more prepared, more tough. And there's an old saying that goes, and I've always loved this because I heard it once and I thought, man, that applies. That applies to my life. It said, and I'm probably gonna mess it up, but I'll give you guys my version. It said, the strongest steel is forged by the hottest fire, meaning the strongest steel comes the hotter the fire it is, right? And that applies to us. How? How does that apply to your life? To me, and I think to all of us, what that means is the hotter the circumstances, the hotter the traumas and the challenges that we faced in our lives, the stronger we become. And the stronger we're able to take those experiences in that fire and shape who we want to be as a person going forward. So that's the way I apply it. And I really, that almost makes me feel proud of the struggle, I think it is. Yeah, it makes me proud of me because I'm still going after the struggle, and so are you. You're in a hot fire right now. If you're if you're on probation, you're detained, you're all those things. It's hot, man. That's pressure. That's that's tough. But we always talk about it, right? What happens? This is your opportunity to become that strong steel that comes from this hot fire, or the hot fires that came before you came here. I truly believe that for all of you. And, sometimes, a lot of times, I don't feel so strong. I don't. And that's okay, because it's not going to be an everyday thing. This week, particularly for me, was a challenging week. And so I just look back and I kind of think on what I've overcome. And then I become, oddly proud of myself and proud that I'm still here, still doing my best. And so are you. The other thing that's helped me, and it's a saying that I also love, it's not quite as inspirational, but it's true though, because it applies to what we're saying. So when I focus on that, and I focus on the good that's come about from that being in that hot fire, the more I focus on the good, the more I start thinking good, the more I start feeling good, and now I'm telling myself good things. And for me, I love the saying, well, I kind of paraphrased this too. I kind of crafted it to make it my own, but when you focus on the good gets gooder. And some people, have a hard time focusing on the good. You all know those types of people, right? They could win $1 million, and the only thing that they're going to say is they're going to complain about, oh gosh, I'm going to have to pay taxes on that. Well, it's $1 million. Let's focus on that. You're going to get something, right? It's tough. It's human nature, I think, oftentimes to just hyper focus on the negative, and typically negative experiences are things that we remember longer. So, good memories and things like that, they're harder to grasp onto, and sometimes they slip our mind, but the negative things, man, we remember those forever, and we dwell on them, and we let them start to shape our mindset and our inner thoughts and all that. So that's the second half of the message, I think, is focus on the good, and the good gets gooder. And you overcoming what you have so far, and you learning what you have here, and taking it back to your homes and your schools and all that, that's you coming out of the fire. And you're going to be in a new fire, but guess what? You're going to come out of that stronger too. That's the way it goes. That's life. But those experiences shape you. They make you stronger. They make you that strong steel, which is, if you're coming out of one thing and you're making a new thing, what are we doing, right? What do we do every time I talk to y'all? We're breaking a cycle. and we're making a cycle. That's what we do. We are cycle breakers, and I know you guys have it in you. I've seen many of you do it already. I'm inspired by you, and I hope if you're having a hard time kind of focusing on the good that's happened to you, focus on the fact that you're here, you're thinking differently, hopefully, and you're planning for how you do better when you get back. So that's good. Focus on that. Keep it going. Focus on that good, because the good gets gooder.